right, just about ready for baseball. Bo Bichette up now for the Mets.
Number 19, Bo Bichette.
The 1-0. Swing and a bouncer, but it kicks foul. Swing and a ground ball up the middle into the outfield, base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Everything came together for him. He wasn't able to elevate it, but he put a great swing on it. Right on time, good balanced approach, and just blasted it through the infield.
Juan Soto now. Working down to the zone to start the at-bat, looking for that double play ground ball.
Yeah, back-to-back sinkers there. He's looking for some weak contact or to get this hitter to rip.
Swing, and this is ripped down the right field line. Way back there, out of here. The two-run shot, and the Mets jump in front. It's 2-0. Now it's Marcus Semien. Right side, Holiday. The throw to first, and that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. This is another guy capable of hitting tape measure home runs.
That's the ball.
Lindor was born in Puerto Rico, but actually played his high school ball in Florida. In the air to left center, Taveras on his way over. That's out number 2. And here's the catcher, Francisco Alvarez. Liner snagged at first. Back now at Oriole Park, and taking the ball for the Mets, Sean Manaea. What's the word on him?
With the height, the release point creates a lot of tilt on his pitches. So coming into the zone, really hard for the hitters to get on plane. Makes it very difficult for the hitters to guess.
Gunnar Henderson getting ready to hit. Robert under it. And there's one down. Here's Tyler O'Neill. And first offering is fouled off. Base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single. Here's Adley Rutschman.
Nope, that's off the plate. Oop.
Way inside, gets out of the way.
That's out the corner.
3-1 is on the way. So a walk puts runners at first and second. First and second, one out. Here's Pete Alonso. Swings through that one for strike one. And that's a base hit. O'Neill flies around third. The run comes in to score from second.
He made it safe,
but he's in there.
He was all over that one. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
Jackson Holiday, the next to hit, takes ball one. Can't get there. One run will score. Another comes in to score. It's 3-2. It's a two-run double, and they have the lead. One out, runner at second. Taylor Ward, the next to hit for the Orioles. One out and a runner at second here in the third and final game of the series. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. The next offering misses, and it's 2-1.
They've got him working a little harder in this first frame than he anticipated.
Check swing, and he went. And the count now even up. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Just missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Fair ball. Holiday around third. The run comes in from second.
Just one of those at-bats you almost hate to see come to an end. When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. Put a great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all.
Dylan Beavers in the box now. Takes strike one. Soto under this one. And there are 2 down. So digging in, Jordan Westburg.
Well, a really rough inning out there on the mound. And this is one of those where you learn a lot about a guy's toughness and his ability to turn the page and keep pressing forward.
Runner at second, 2 down. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. A 2-run homer, and they tack on to their lead. It's 6-2. Here's Leody Taveras. Not close with that one, and that's ball 1.
Clearly, he hasn't had it in this game, and looks like sooner than later, you're going to have to go to the bullpen.
That one misses. Ball 3. Laboring here. About to throw his 30th pitch of the inning. Two down, nobody on. And he walked him. So back to the top of the Orioles lineup. Gunnar Henderson, the next to hit. Fly to center his first time. Ball 1 there. Hammered down the right side, but foul. Taveras off of first with 2 away. Outside low, and a count 2-1. In the dirt. That's back. And it's caught just in front of the wall. Back here in Baltimore, top of the second.
Well, early in this ball game, down by 4 runs, you've got to try to get a run back and just look at taking at least 1 an inning. Before you know it, you'll be tied up.
Jorge Polanco, the leadoff batter, as he swings through it for strike 1. That misses the zone, and that's ball 1. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. And there's 1 away. Luis Robert now. Ripped, but it curls foul. And the 0-1. Chop to third. Westberg throws to first. 2 up, 2 down in the top of the second. 2 down, base is empty. Brett Beatty up now for the Mets.
The strong second inning is a confidence builder for him, a relief for his manager. Doesn't have to get into that bullpen quite as early.
No, that's a ball.
Two down, nobody on. Good eye right there. That one at 95 missed up top, and now it's 3-2. Struck him out looking. Back now at Oriole Park, and into the box for Baltimore, Tyler O'Neill. Soto should have this one. And a quick out, number 1.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Rutschman batting for the second time, and that's strike 1. Back there. Out of here. A solo shot. And they boost their lead. It's 7-2. Pete Alonso now at the plate. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. Not even close there. Ball 1. Swing and a miss. And that's got extra bases written all over it. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. 2 away now. So next to him for Baltimore, Jackson Holliday. He drove in 2 with a double his first time up. He swings and fouls one off. That misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 down, base is empty, but 1 run across. Bottom half of inning number 2. And that one inside and it hit him.
Take your base.
Taylor Ward, the next to hit for the Orioles. He doubled home a run in his first AB. Oh, that one almost gets him again.
No, that's
got to be real careful here. 2-0. He's hunting for his pitch.
Here's a 2-0. And that's a fair ball. Lead runner around second. Lead runner gets the stop sign at third, It's a 2-out double, second and third now. Dylan Beavers, the next to hit for the Orioles. Swing and a miss. That's strike one. Two aboard, 2 outs. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
Well, that ball was hit pretty hard and sure had home run distance, but if you're the pitcher out there on the mound, you execute it. Just a long strike. You go after him and finish him off.
Should be extra bases. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. On to the third inning, and stepping in for New York, Tyrone Taylor. Tap foul at the plate. Close, but called a ball. And now it's even 1-1. On the inside corner for a strike. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Back to the top of the Mets order. Bo Bichette will hit next. To the right side, Holiday. Tosses to first. First two batters retired here in the top of the third. And now it's Juan Soto. He's already homered in this game. Hit hard but foul off to the left. Soto in his 8th season, 27 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. High fly ball down the left field line. O'Neill on his horse. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. Into second, and he's got a double.
Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball game.
Simeon in the box, lays off for ball one. Check swing, and he went. And it's 1-1.
Ball two.
That misses off the outside edge. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. That one carrying onto the track, and he makes the catch. Bottom of the inning, and into the box for Baltimore, Jordan Westburg. Soto going back. Out of here. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they add to the lead. It's 8-2. So up next. Leody Taveras. They go with one of their more experienced arms in this spot, Oscar Brazobar.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Soto takes it in for the out. One down. Back to the top of the lineup. And next for the Orioles, Gunnar Henderson. Hammered down the right side, but foul. The shortstop takes the ball.
That's the ball.
The 2-2 on the way. And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout. 2 outs, base is empty. So next to hit for Baltimore, Tyler O'Neill. That one ripped, but foul. Yo, 1. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
He doubled up on the off speed there. We talk about the power fastball, but he's working a little differently here.
Next pitch just misses. And the count 1-2.
There we
O'Neill
go.
tries to hold up, appeal to first. No swing. 2 down, nobody on. Missed with a changeup, and the count's full.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
No, foul ball.
3-2. Payoff pitch. That's back there. And that ball is out of here. Tyler O'Neill sends it out. It's their second home run of the inning. Adley Rutschman, the next to hit for the Orioles. Swinging a foul straight back. That one fouled off. Bases empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in here in the last half of the 3rd. Lindor settles under this one, and that ends the inning. Back here in Baltimore, start of the 4th, Francisco Lindor up now for the Mets.
Well, these Mets just haven't produced as many competitive at-bats as I'd like to see in this one. They're swinging early, being aggressive, but 1 or 2 pitches later, the at-bat is over. That's not going to cut it if it's not resulting in hits. So they might want to be a little more selective up there.
Swings through that one for strike 2.
Well, every pitcher wants run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse, go after hitters and get quick outs.
That one missing inside.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike, but how many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk. So digging in, Francisco Alvarez. 0 for 1 so far. Hauls it in, and there's 1 away.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
To second, there's 1. Over to a line open, inning-ending double play. Bottom of the 4th, here's the Oriole cleanup hitter, Pete Alonso. And first offering is fouled off.
You know, these Orioles putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. They were obviously able to run the starter out of the game in the 3rd, so they've set the table for a win, and now I'm sure they're thinking it's time to feast.
Lindor on to first. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Now it's the second baseman, Jackson Holliday. That one hops against the fence. Now around second, going for third. But he throws on the brakes, gets back to second.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. You see
Ward jumps out of the way of the first pitch. And a swing and a miss. That one finds the zone. That is strike two. Lindor. Tags the runner for one. And into the box for Baltimore, Dylan Beavers. Soto settles underneath it. He's there. He's got it. And that's the third out. Back now at Oriole Park. All set for the start of the inning. Luis Robert Jr. up now for the Mets. In the air, right side of the infield. Alonso has a beat on it. Brings it in. And the first baseman makes the catch. Now the third baseman, Brett Beatty. He's 0 for 1. And he swings and misses at the initial offering. On the ground to first. Alonso takes it to the bag, and the first two set down in the top of the fifth. 2 down, base is empty. Now it's going to be Tyrone Taylor. And right back to the mound. That's the third out, inning over. We head to the bottom of the fifth and into the box for Baltimore, Jordan Westburg.
Now pitching for the
So
Mets.
Minter will take over.
A.J. Minter.
Got it started a little too early. Strike one. Swings through that one out in front that time.
Fooled on that pitch, got a little anxious, and now in a 2-strike count, he's going to have to widen out his stance, choke up on the bat, and really make sure he has pitch recognition before pulling the trigger.
That misses the zone. Ball one. And that should be extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. And he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double.
Good 2-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, and jumped all over it. Absolutely smart.
Now this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance. And it bangs off the wall. They extend their lead as the runner scores from second. Pulls into second. That's an RBI double.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Can't handle an up and in fastball much better than that. I think he had to be sitting on something similar because it's very tough to adjust to a pitch like that if you're not looking for it.
Henderson swings through it for strike one. And makes the grab. Runner tags at second. Plenty of offense in this one, Singy. I guess you'd say kind of what we expected, though.
Well, this was a game looking at the pitching matchup where you expected offense to score and not as lopsided as this. But, yeah, you definitely expected to see some offense coming up.
Save! And they add to their lead as the run scores from third. 1 out man at first. Adley Rutschman digs in now. He's already homered here in this one. That one found hard the other way. Lindor The underhand flip. There's one. And it's a double play to end the inning. This one isn't exactly close, Chris. Let's go off script for a moment.
I'm game.
Were we on script?
Never.
Singy, were you superstitious as a player?
I'd say a little bit, Dan. I wouldn't want to admit it, but I think, you know, you have a good game the next day. You're maybe thinking a little bit when you're putting your spikes on. Which one did I put on first? What did I eat? You know, let me just bring that back into today.
So you weren't superstitious, you were a little stitious.
Yes, I was medium stitious.
Nope, that's off the
Inside
plate.
just missed.
We've got some superstitions up here in the booth, and you never can say, hey, this game's going really fast early in the ball game.
Yeah, that is one of the ways that we are capable of putting the jinx on the game, is talking about how fast the game is going. That normally will grind it to a screeching halt.
No question.
Laser could be trouble. Around first, heading for two. Pulls in with a double. Third hit for him today.
All over that one right there. Off the bat, that one registered at 105 miles per hour, man. That is smoking, and these days you hear it all the time, but the numbers just don't lie. If you can drive a ball like that.
Line drive, base hit. Coming around third is Soto. He will score. It's now 11-3, and he'll reach second with one away.
That's two consecutive extra base hits for this team. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of...
Now on the bump, number 86.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
And it's second. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. And that one got a piece of him. He had him 1-2, and he ends up hitting him with a pitch. Francisco Alvarez up now for the Mets. That one finds the zone, and that is strike one.
No need to offer that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
Traffic on the bases with one already in, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Late with the swing there. That one misses, and it's 2-2.
Good location, good take. Sometimes you want the hitter to prove he can lay off that pitch.
That one 95 to finish him off. 2 aboard, 2 outs. And up next for New York, Jorge Polanco. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Runner at third puts on the brakes. Base is now loaded with 2 away. Here's Luis Robert. So the closer summoned from the bullpen, Brian Helsley.
Well, no margin for error in terms of throwing strikes with the bases loaded. Just has to execute one pitch at a time to try to get out of this.
Next one misses, and the count is 1-1. Late on that fastball.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
And now 2-2.
That was absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
And it remains 2-2. Now one miss. 2 outs. Bases are full. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. And a payoff pitch. Fights it off. He'll see another. That is ball 4, and that'll bring home a run. All loaded up. Brett Beatty up now for the Mets. On the ground, right side. Toss to Alonso. That ends the frame. Bottom of the 6th inning. So now the Orioles cleanup hitter, Pete Alonso. Hammers that one deep left field and forget it. He'll touch them all. And they add on. It's 12-4. So next to hit for Baltimore, Jackson Holliday. And first offering is fouled off. That's a hit. Back-to-back hits. And they were hit hard.
Well, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there.
Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
Now here is Taylor Ward. Taylor in position. And there's one away. So next to hit for Baltimore, Dylan Beavers. 0 for 3 in this one. Smash to center, way back, and you can forget it. Home run. All muscle to center field. Second home run of the inning for them. And they add to their lead. It's 14-4.